Okay, we will wait more 2-3 minutes so that all participants can join, then we can start. Okay, let's start. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. So, can you please confirm if you are able to hear my voice and you can see the screen? Anyone from the participants?
Yes, sir, we can able to hear you, sir. Walaikum assalam.
Okay, okay, we will start. Huh? Okay, so let us start. Just for the review what we did in our last class, we went through some of the basic concept for the it was introduction, like what we went through is the understanding of material master, overview of the business process and features of SAP. Then we went through the screen navigation of SAP what will be in the login screen and what is the standard tools, toolbar icons which are used in the logon screen, and how we have to use the standard keys. We went through this. Then we went on to SAP procurement process, which was basically divided into two subcategories. It was basic procurement and special procurement. Then we also had a glance of organization structure and structure. Then we went through the definition of organization structure, procedure, how the company code is created, and what are the storage locations. Then it was a deep dive in procurement process, how the POs has to be done, and what is the process to be completed, how new sessions has to be created in SAP. Okay, so later also we discussed what is the contract or what is contract renewal process. Then basic procurement activities were discussed, how to determine the requirement, requisition, purchase order, goods receipt, and invoice verification, how it has to be done. Then stock versus internal procurement. Also, we went through some screenshots, how each screen navigation should be done. Okay, so today we will discuss. Uh, okay, so let me share it again. Mm, okay, so today we will go through table of contents, what we will learn today. So basically it is master data, uh, introduction to master data, what is master data, how the master data has to be created. Master data is nothing but a material master in which there is material created or which for the goods which has to be bought by a particular company. For example, each product has each unique code which will be followed complete throughout the complete purchasing process until the inventory or until we say if the supplier is paid. So each material has a unique code, like each part number has a unique code in which we will follow it completely throughout the process of the procurement. So this is nothing simply called a master data, and this is the process that how we will create. Let's go to introduction. Introduction to master data. What is master data? It is basically it is a base for any transaction. Like what I told, it is a base. It is a material unique code which will be used for each material which you procure or which you buy or each product which you buy. Let us say, for an example, if you are working as a buyer or procurement engineer or a purchaser in a company. So you will have a unique code which you need to procure it. So SAP, we need it in SAP so that we need to understand what is the requirement of this material code which has to be purchased. For example, if you are buying a laptop for a company, then this laptop will have a unique password, unique material code or master data, which will have how many inch the laptop is and what is the configuration, what is the hardware required, and what is the software required. It has the shortcut in which it will have all the details. So this is nothing called the master data in which we have to create it in this initial stage. So it also can be used like what is mentioned here for transferring the stock, selling it, purchasing, doing physical inventory. This is doing the physical inventory part is for the warehouse. It also is connected to the warehouse management. So whatever activity may be, whatever it is, the stock selling, purchasing, doing physical inventory, it must be having a base. So basically, this base is nothing called a master data. Okay, so which has to be maintained. For example, here it is mentioned vendor master or customer master or material master. These are the three subcategories in which it has to be maintained. Okay. So logically representation of certain goods and services that is an object of purchasing. So as I discussed and as I told you, so this is an object of production. It can be sales, it can be purchasing, inventory management, etc. So yeah, as a this sample example is good as a car part, gasoline transportation service, or it can be anything. I gave you a sample example of the laptop. It can be anything, you know. It can be like a service which is taken transportation. For example, if you use a taxi service, if a company used to needs to buy a taxi service, so master data has to be created in their names. So it is nothing simply called as master data. or any consultation services which is taken. So if we need to send the PO or purchase order, there has to be base for that. So for that base is called master data. Okay. Even supplier side or vendor side, even vendor master can be called as the details of a vendor. For example, each and every supplier, they have an what do you say, the base. Okay, so their data has to be maintained in our system. So their basically like their basic requirements is like their contact person, their sales of email, their phone number, their fax number. And so that when we need to create a PO, we will just use a unique ID for them to create. Not every time we will have to enter those details. Once it is saved in vendor master, once we have a unique code or we can search them by a name, then we will have just a glance of them and we can get complete details by just a unique ID which will be created under their name. So even for future, we can see how many purchase orders have been sent and what kind of materials or what kind of equipment or goods we have purchased from the specific vendor or supplier. Okay. So in order to need to understand material master views and its implication and process other modules business transactions. So this is nothing but what I explained you. You need to understand what is the material master in case you have to move further on this activity. So there are different types of material types in which SAP has. So basically, we will see here what type of material types are there. So FERT or FERT is nothing but finished product. Finished product is complete, what do you say? Let us say example of laptop. So laptop is one complete finished product. In this laptop, there are many subcategories. Like there are keys, like there is hard disk, like there is display and sound system. All are different categories. But a laptop is one category which is finished product. So material type of materials in which we can consider is part is considered as finished product. And next one is halb. Halb is semi-finished. Semi-finished is nothing but which is not complete product. Okay, so it can be also in-house. For example, one company is producing the semi-finished, it is doing inside their factory. So this is known as semi-finished product. Hawa is nothing but the trading goods, you buy from someone and you sell it to someone. It is just trading going in this Hawa. Okay, and ROH is the raw material. Raw material is nothing but in which the raw material is a base. Okay, for example, if you want to produce a laptop, so you need some raw materials for it. So like you have the motherboard, okay, that is a raw material. And then you have the base itself, the plastic base for this, the display screen, that is a raw material. Keyboard, it is a raw material. And hard disk, that is a raw material. Camera inside the laptop, this is raw material. Microphones, this is raw material. So this is raw materials. And when you complete the product, when it is under the assembly, then it is called semi-finished. Once it is finished, then it is FULT. Okay, finished product. So here we will go what can be configured on type of material, possibly different between. Okay, so we don't have to. So default item category used to determine, for example, if we have part is a product assigned to the product 1000, we don't want to have a purchasing use for that material because we don't need to purchase offer on product. Yes, so we have to maintain. This is the first screen in which how the maintenance has to be done of creating a raw material. So these are the three subcategories. Basically, this transaction code is MM01, where you create a raw material, or when you can create a for finished goods, or these three categories which I mentioned. Okay. So basically, this is finished, semi-finished, training, and raw materials. So once you use T code MM01, you will see these three fields in SAP. Okay. So this field, the first material is nothing but the code which you will maintain. For example, you will have to create each material code with the mixtures of anything can be used, from characters A to Z, and from numbers 1 to 0, and from special characters can be used here. So some companies here basically they always have a standard product code. Okay, each product has one standard code which is maintained. So once one code is created, it is unique, so it cannot be duplicated. Once it is created, it is done. It will be there permanently for this code. And second is the industry sector. In the what type of this product which you are going to create, in which category it is falling. So basically, it can be electrical, it can be assembly, it can be services or contract services, anything it can be there. So this is the industry sector in which it will come. And material type, the third one, which you can see the drop down list here in the material type, this is important. Okay, so here you will select what type of this material is, whether it is finished product or whether it is an intermaterial, Canman, container, maintenance. These are the subcategories. If it is a manufacturer's part, if it is a planning object, or if it is a non-stock material. So here what I told you. So offered material types in MM01 transaction. So this MM01, it is a short form of transaction code which is used to create the material master. Complete list of where you can find the complete list of material. So you can find the complete list of material in a table called Mara. Mara is a table in which it has the complete table where you can see the complete list of materials, in which you will find the all list whatever the subcategories are there. Also, this contents, you can see it in SE16 or SE16 as this. Also, these are the latest T codes in which you will have this complete list of types of raw materials. Okay, so next, screen navigation. Okay, let me just give me a minute. Okay, so now this screen is a screen navigation of material list. Yes, MM60. Okay, so MM60 is nothing but a list of a transaction which will provide you the list of materials. For example, if you have T codes, or if you have a material list of material codes which you need to see, okay, what type of materials or how many types of codes are there. So if you have a material codes, it's well and good. You can just enter, paste here in the first field the material code. Then this three, if you can see three, this is nothing but the execute button. Once if you execute this, then you will go to the next screen. Okay, so selection screen for you can see MM46 here. It will give you an result once you execute. See, for example, this material code 105,999 is created under plant 0001. Okay, this is the material master or material code for an LCD TV of 40-inch. Okay, also it will give you a date that when this was changed, the last change was done on 17/5/2013. Type is part finished food, and what it is maintained is in piece unit is piece. Okay, so this the highlighted here, if you can see the red round mark which is mentioned is nothing but, for example, this data, if you want to output it in Excel sheet, or Word format or PDF format, this also can be done by SAP easily. Okay, so this is the icon which you will use. Once you click it, okay, so also if you can see the first one, it is a search button. In SAP, once you have this list of materials, if you run, if you click this search and if you want to search a particular material from here, okay, you just enter the code, or for example, if you search LCD 40-inch TV, so it can be, many T codes, many material codes. What SAP will do is it will search you for this type of icons, and it will filter out all the LCD TV 40-inch, and it will show you these are the part numbers. Even this option is done, and the second option here, if you can see, it is ascending and descending orders. It can be sorted. Any field can be sorted based on this. If we have the stock quantity, for example, if we have in this material list, you will have how many numbers you want to see for each particular material or each particular type. When you click on the sum on the fourth icon from this one, okay, then it will also show you the sum. So these are the basically standard tools which can be used, and there is many tools which is linked to this, like we have ABC analysis for this particular MM60, which can be done under the material master group. Okay, so we'll go to the next topic. Material groups. Okay, let me explain you about the material groups. Material groups is nothing but, is each subcategory for each material. Like I told you before, uh, all products or all materials, whatever we have, or whatever every organization, every company deals, is having a subcategory, or you can say the material group. For example, if you take anything related to metal, like gold, like if you take silver and steel, this all comes under the category of, metals. Okay, so all metals are under one category, like tin, like steel, like you have iron. So all this one is coming under the category of metals. So it is considered as metal group. So when you create a material master, you will also have to select a specific material group in which it can be divided, or you will have a data. For example, if you buy something related to electronic, so laptop is a finished good, but it is subcategory is this group of laptops. It is coming under a category of what? It will come under the category of electronic. So we will have to select a category of electronic, a material group in the electronics. So this is nothing called the material group. Okay. See here you can see the navigation. Okay. So this is basically this is the first screen. When you create a material master, see you can see the basic data 1, basic data 2 classification. So we will go screen by screen. Okay. Each field by field. So this is material code. What I have explained you before. This material code is unique. Once you enter this material code here, so which is this page number just 10, right? So here I will show. See here you have entered the material code, right? So this is the MM0. You are going to create a material. Once you enter in the material code here and industry sector, then you will skip to page 10. Yeah, here you will see material code is appeared. So this is a, once this field is done, this is a gray field, it cannot be modified later. So you have to be sure, and you have to be, prepared before that what standard code or what material code has to be created, because this is not changeable later on. Once it is created, it is done. You cannot make any changes later. So the later changes can be only, it can be either be deleted, or it cannot be used, or a new replacement code has to be created. So this LCD TV, if you see, this is the second field here. Okay, I don't know if you can see my mouse. Right. Okay, see, this is the one. Okay, this LCD TV. Okay. So LCD TV 40-inch. This can be also modified later. Only the material code cannot be modified, but other, other okay. This LCD TV, this fields can be modified. Even the piece, okay. This we have here base unit of measure. Base unit of measure is nothing but each material code it has a base, okay. For example, let us say basically all the things are considered as pieces, but if you are buying something like oil for a company, for example, so it will not be in piece, so it will be in liters, okay. Like if you are buying any liquid items, it will be in liters, and if you are buying something which is related to one set, it will be set. So when you create a material master, you have to make sure you determine what is the correct base unit of measure. Okay, so material group, what I explained you, it will come under the subcategories or electronics or raw materials or metals or steel. So this will already be there before. Okay, material group, it should be created by your SAP consultant or as per your organization. This material group will be created before. Okay. Yes. So next, these are the important fields which are once you create a basic material master data, basic data one, in this complete cycle, what you will have is end to end from basic data until the goods valuation of particular code. You will have each screen has each navigation has some fields which is mandatory. Without filling this information, you cannot go to the next screen or you cannot save this code to be created in master data. It is mandatory to fill the information. Like here in the first basic data, this is mandatory. Okay, the material code and the description is mandatory along with material group and base unit of measure. Okay, other informations are not mandatory, but if you enter it, each field or each, each data here has some effect or some, extraction point, or it can be extracted or it can be used in the future. Okay, so division is nothing but which under which division this material group will be used. So here assignment of the material group in material master. See, once you have saved the data, once if you want to see, once this is saved, completely, then you can see in the mentioned T code MM60 that what type of material group you have maintained. We show you as 100 here. Okay, so how to create a material master data? What and when we want to use a new material in SAP, we have to define its characteristics in order to control its behavior in all the transaction codes. Every material is created in either two ways: by calling the transaction MM01, mostly used in productive environment. Okay, so you can create the material master data in two types. For example, this is called MM01, which is standard, each and every company is using this MM01 standard key code. And also there is another process in which material master can be created. It is basically used only once transaction from the previous system from SAM. Okay. So it can be if you have multiple material codes or many numbers, if you have it more than 100 or more than 200 material codes to be created one time, then we have an option is SAP that specific program can be used to create. Okay, so obviously creating each material one by one, it is very long process. So if you want to do it in one shot, we have SAP provides an easy task for or easy program in which you will enter all the data in Excel sheet. Then okay, so you will copy. The Excel sheet will be designed as per the program of the SAP to be uploaded in SAP software. So you will fill all the data, whatever is required, the mandatory fields in the Excel sheet. Then this will be copied to a clipboard. Then it can be uploaded to SAP in one shot. Okay. As of now, we will focus on transaction MM01 because the mass creation process or program process is quite complicated. For the beginners, it is very hard to understand. If you have experience of using SAP or if you are working for any organization which is using SAP software, then explaining it to you, it will be easy. Or else, if it is basic learning, so let us only concentrate on MM01 only. Okay, so this is standard process also, which each and everyone is using in SAP. Okay. So here, first one is enter the industry sector. Mostly use mechanical engineering. Enter the material type. It is mostly used is mechanical or electrical. Both are being used, or whichever your type of industry or which you will future work for, or if you are currently working. So these are the two fields, See here, I will show you MM01. Okay, this is the dialog box where you will enter the transaction code, and this is the screen which you will see. Okay, so material type, this is the unique code which you will enter, which each item has. Second one is industry sector and industrial type. Okay, here we have entered as mechanical engineering product and material type is trading. Okay, see this option, copy from the material. Okay, for example, if you need to copy some data, for example, if you are creating a same product which needs to be copied from another material code, what SAP will do is, if you have a material code already which is created, if you enter it here and the material type is entered in the top, so part of the data which is not mandatory, it will be copied into this material. So here what I told you, note the material number alpha is uniquely identified. Okay, it can be generated automatically or been assigned manually. Both can be done. If you have it, if you want to assign it manually, you can assign it manually, or if you want to be generated automatically, it can be generated by the system. Depends on material type. Okay. Okay, step two, we can choose the material data to be created. Okay, select views. Select views, you can see. Okay, once you enter this data, I will show you where is the select view. Okay, see, so this is the select views, what it is stated here. Select. Oh, someone has a question now. 1 second. Okay, the chat. So we will do the question and answer session in last 15 minutes. Okay. So here, selection field. Okay, once you have entered the industry sector material type, so next step what you have to do to create a material master data is select this basic data view. Okay, once you highlight this basic data view, can you give me 1 minute? Just okay. So once we select basic data, if we highlight this field and if we here in the view tab, you can see there are many fields here. Okay, so you have to highlight whichever the field needs to be created. For example, if you highlight basic data and if you highlight sales organization here, 2 and 3, and then if you select on this step 4, if you execute, only this two fields will be showed to you for the creation. Others, the remaining one which has not been highlighted, it will not be showing for you to be created. So better if you select each field. For example, basic data 1 and sales organization and purchasing MRP 1, 2, 3, 4. MRP is nothing but material requirements planning. Okay, this has to be selected in mandatory. For the training purpose, we have only selected here in the screenshot or in the PDF. It is selected only these two fields so that you will be able to understand. Okay. Here, if you can see, this is execute button. This means this is okay for the next step. Here, this highlighted blue is nothing but select all field. Okay, and this is unselect all. So default setting is, for example, if you select this and in future you want to always select these two fields only, then what you will do, you will click on default. Always this two will pop up, will appear, and this will two will be selected automatically. No need to select each time as per your specific requirement. In next screen, enter the organization level. So next screen will be once you have selected the so once you have selected the basic data here. So in next field you will have to enter this. Okay, this is organization level. So here it is 001 and 00, all it is in zeros and one, because this is just training purpose. So it can be anything, plants, you can maintain any plants as per your design, and even the plant, it is from your company itself. For each company who is using SAP, they will have a unique plant maintained. For example, each plant has, different category. One unit, for example, one unit is producing only laptops, one unit is producing only monitors, so one unit is producing only the mouses, or unit is producing speakers or mics for a particular laptop company. I'm taking as an example. So then they will have unique plant maintained here. Okay, so even the storage location, it is coming in the subcategory of the plant which is maintained. Why these fields? You will ask a question, why these fields? These fields are created and designated or assigned to each material code, because in future, if you want some reporting or analysis to be done, once you enter this plant and storage location, then we will have an output of a report which will give you complete output data of each field. So that is why we are maintaining these fields for the future analysis or future reporting or data analysis regarding the ML. Okay, below we can find the complete reference, okay, for the creating organization data, or creating the material master. Basic data, one organization is not defined. Sales organization, plant, sales, distribution channel. These are the three fields. So, okay, sales journal is related to plant, MRPU. This all is falling under the plant category. So, the next step will be how to change a material master data. So once this data has been created here until the data creation, so how it can be changed? There can be changes done. Once you have created from MM01, when you have used the transaction MM01, it can be used only one time. One unique code can be used only one time to be created under MM01. So to change any contents of any material code or any product which you have created, then you will have to use another key code. It is called MM02, which is change material. When you need to change any contents, if you have to change any description of the material, or if there is a mistake in the creation, it can be changed either than the mandatory fields. Okay, So we need to use the MM02 and MM03. Okay. Possible to change material master step 1. So this code is used MM03, then you will have to this each unique code which is maintained, you will have to enter this unique code. Then this is the fields which will pop up which has been created. For example, if you need to change something in basic data, then you will select the basic data, highlight it, then it will be highlighted in yellow. Then you can go here and you can click on the organization levels, or you can just execute, then that field will appear or it will pop up. Make the desired changes, click the button. Okay, for example, here if in organization data you are going to change the plan to 0001, from 0001 to 0002, so you will make that change, then you will click on this icon. After you have made the change, you will see the changes here. You can check the changes in the correspondence view. The changes also, once this has been saved, changes, it's for saving, you also can use keyboard. It is Control plus S. If you click Control S, it will be saved. Also, there is option here in the screen. If it is passed by, just let me check. So in the screenshot, it is not available. So you will see a save button. Okay, small floppy disk you will see. So that is nothing.
Yeah, sir.
But
There in the headline is there.
yeah, okay. So that is the save button which can be used. Okay, so also you can check just changes if you have made any changes and saved it. The third transaction code is MM03. Okay, MM03 is nothing but display the contents of each material. There, it is not creation and it is not changes. MM03 is only changes. Okay, display data only. So here, see, click the save button to save the change note. You can see transaction MM03. Okay, as I told you, MM03 is display material master data. Okay, you can display, you can see whatever the data which has been created, or without possibility to change. There is no possibility to change because it is only display. See, like this. So if the fields will be grayed out in the SAP, if you see in the software, then all this is only display options for you. There will be no possibility of changing. So next step is we will go to in this tutorial the process of copying an existing material into new material in transaction MM01. So I already explained you about this before. Okay. So if you have an existing material in the system and if you need it to be copied to the new material code, how this should be done for just saving time, select use basic data 1, basic data 2. So for example, you need to copy all this data from an existing material. So then you will select this one and you will create organization level. You can choose organization to be created. So, see, copy from, you will see this dialog box, it will appear. It will just copy the data from this one to new organization. You no need to enter any data. Changing the material code, this is our line 24, mode not 40, changing gross weight. So here, okay. So old one which we created, it was only this one and LCD TV 40-inch. Okay, now we have been changed to 24. So you can change it. This white field means this case changeable, and gray field you can see here, which is dark gray, this is not changeable. Okay, and mandatory field, how you will identify the mandatory field will be identified, based on the star. Once you want to move to basic data 2, once you click enter, then this mandatory field will pop up in the star. It will say please fill this and before you go to the next field. So this is how you will create the material master data. Okay, see, once this has been done, this is the field you will see material 1059997 has been created. First which we created, the code was 777, right? So we went to 5559. Okay, see here. The material code here is 1059999, and new one which after copying was created is Is it? Yeah. So we have changed. They have added 9 in the last. So this is different unique material code. Okay, mass creation. We will go it. We will do it later because this is not for the beginners. It has many complex tools which has to be used. Okay, so master views ultimate guide. So in this session, we will cover the MMU's implication on vital process, standard process. You will also see how each views is created. This tutorial is 7,000 words plus. For easy reference, we have created a clickable index which will navigate you through the, yeah, clickable index is nothing but here. I will show it to you. Okay. So mass creation, it is there. And this is, so we completed today, or we went through the chapter 1, which was master data. On the first class, we introduced about the basic process and overview, which was basically completing how, what is master data, what is SAP, how it has been used, where the master data has to be used. Now in this class, we went through how the master data, or what is a master data, or how it is used in our table of contents 3. Okay, okay. So how master data is used, how to create master data, how to change the master data, how to copy, and mass creation and ultimate guide. These two processes, you know, for the advanced users. So we will go through it later. So now we have around almost 10 minutes, 13 minutes more. So we will start question and answers if anyone has it, so that you know.
Hello, Assalamualaikum, sir.
Alaikum salam. Yes.
Sir, my name is Irfan. Sir, they're showing gross weight or net weight. What is the difference in between, sir, on that?
1 second. Let me just. Yes, you can hear me. Yes. So what was your question?
What is the difference that's showing in a gross weight or net weight? What are the changes on
Okay.
that?
Gross weight and net weight, you know, each product has a gross weight and net weight. Gross weight and net weight, when it is used and where it is used. For example, if a company is buying something from outside the country, for example, it is not in India, it is in China, because you are exporting, you know, it is coming from China. So gross weight and net weight is used when you ship the goods. For the example, once net weight is only the product weight. Okay, gross weight once it is packed in the box, that is called gross weight, and net weight is specially for the product only. For product has
Okay.
1 kilo, when it is packed, it will become 1.5 kilo. So that is
Yeah.
called the gross. Okay.
Okay.
Anyone else? You have any doubt? Also, if you have doubts in the future, or if you come up with some doubts, then also we can discuss it, you know, through WhatsApp. You can send your questions there, and then we will try to answer it from the group itself.
Sure.
Okay. So
Okay, sir.
anyone, any brothers has any question? Any brothers, sisters in the group? If you have any questions, you can ask it now, or it can be later. No issues. So let me just.
Assalamualaikum, brother.
Yes, yes.
Are we going to even do the configuration also, or maybe at later it is planned?
Now what we are doing is, because you know, just we don't have the server access. We are trying to get the server access. because the price is more. So we are Mr. Homer Khan. He is the one who is organizing for people. Once we get the server access, then we will do the configuration and we will show live screen. Live screen can be shared, or the plan is tell users whoever are willing to do it online with the configuration. Screen to screen, like the live process of doing the SAP through the tools, then it will be shared. In future, we will get to know about this, the live process.
Thank you. Thank you, Jazakallah.
Okay, so today we went through a table of contents is what is master data, how to introduction on the master data, how to create it, how to change it, how to copy it from the other master data, mask creation and material. We will just complete it on, we have more than 9 minutes, so let us see. Uh, on the basic use that material master LCD TV 40 inches can be maintained in various languages. Yes. So here you can also maintain the material master in other, basically worldwide it is maintained in English, but some countries you have, they need to maintain specifically in other languages. It can be done, there is option in SAP in which languages, not for everything, only for the description part. Here I will show you. Just let me highlight. Yes, this part, okay. Description is nothing but the LCD TV 40/24 inch. This can be maintained, in any languages you need, which is configured as per the PC or as per the SAP. There is option to maintain in all languages, this part, so that it can be, easily understood by the person who to whom the PO has been sent, or who is receiving this PO. Maybe he will not understand English, so we can maintain it in the material master text. Also, there is option called material master text, because material master, the description field, the maximum number of characters is 24. So more than 24 characters you cannot maintain in the main text, but in the subtext of the material under the subcategory, the text is unlimited. You can write whatever the requirements or whatever the description data is required in this material, it can be maintained there. Okay. So as explained, base unit of measure is nothing but in which for a TV set, okay, it is natural to be a piece, For TV it is piece, and it also can be kilogram. You can use kg for some items which are bought by any other companies. Maybe it has kilogram, or maybe it has meter. So example, if there is a cloth company, they are buying clothes, they should use meters, 1 meters, 2 meters, 3 meters, whatever it is. So it will be in meter, obviously it will not be in kg, or it will not be in piece. Clothes are bought or clothes are purchased based on the meters. Okay, that is the base unit of measure, the understanding, to make you understand more in a simple way. So division is nothing but the subcategories of division. Each material has, MDF, like material group has contents. It can be divided into metals. It can be, how I told you before, it can be divided into metal subcategory of metals. It can be divided into plastics. It can be divided into electronics. So this is MDF division, which is each company is maintained. So weight unit, yeah, weight unit can be kg. Approximately 90% of the goods around the world, it is measured as kg. Okay, gross weight, net weight, I just explained you. Create material master of the finished product. First is LCD, second base unit of measure is here. Okay, in the 2 where it is highlighted, division is 3. Normal category, general item category code, normal or special, we can mention here. So gross and net, okay, weight can be mentioned to using, for the shipping purpose. If you are going to ship it from other country, then this 2 fields, it will be very important to just to analyze the cost of each ticket, how much cost it is required to bring the goods from you or import the goods from other fields. Material classes there, which can be defined into batch or class of computer. This is okay. Classification, yeah. Here, once it is falling under general category of material details, it can be, further the characteristics can be defined, what color the dimension or what the color of the TV is. For example, we have created TV, so we'll ask for that information. Sales organization, when it is used when you want to sell. Obviously, when the product is produced by any company, they want to sell it. So sales data, it will be maintained here. So because for the sales team, they can also they will use the SAP. Once they want to sell it to the customer, they will have which division is selling and which person is selling. Their data can be entered here. So even this can be maintained here. Okay. Sales views are open when we don't have people from SD module. So this sales organization is basically coming under SD module. Okay, this is a very vast concept that can be covered later by SD division or SD. Sales and distribution team, and those classes will cover the sales module. Okay, so here, in the sales field 1 or sales organization data, here if you go, this tab sales organization data 1, DE, this is nothing but country. This is short form. Each country has a short form, so DE means Germany. For India, it will be IN, and each country has 2 words, which is maintained in SAP. So once you enter it, it will show. This category tax, what tax is defining, as some goods are taxable. When you have taxable goods, we will mention 1. So it will be considered as full tax. So when sales see this, they will say, okay, this item has tax, so they will charge it to the customer or the final destination to whomever they are selling. So this falls under the output tax category, can be defined here in the sales organization. This is coming under material master. Okay, we have to define it from the start. Delivery unit 1, type how it will be delivered. So I think today we have time up. So in the next class, we will start from sales organization 1. We went through basic data 1, 2. So material master has many other tabs which has to be completed before saving any material type. We will also explain you what other fields are, what is sales organization 1, 2, then we have journal, then it's like quite longer process which will be explained to you, inshallah. In the next class, we will go through it from the sales. I will just mark a note that we need to start from sales organization 2. Okay, so hope so. Inshallah, next class will be soon by next week or next Friday or Saturday maybe. Okay. So same will be communicated to you on WhatsApp groups. We will just share with you the details, what time and what date the class will be there, inshallah. So
Sir,
let's enjoy. Okay.
hello?
Yes, yes, brother.
Sir, sir, today evening we have a class, huh?
Today the class is done for today. So
Okay.
next class will be next week.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, one next declared list. It will be updated on. Okay, so stop share. So any questions, and next class details will be updated by the group, and it will be next Friday or Saturday, inshallah. Okay. Thank you for joining. Hope this session has brought you some knowledge on SAP master data. Inshallah, I'll see you in the next class. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Inshallah. Allah Hafiz.